So they're gonna put these guys into the van. Thanks so much for this. This is
Oh, no worries. Thank you.
These rotors are just getting destroyed. They're done. That's an awesome little upgrade to that bag. So we're done here. It's not for me, it's for the boys at the shop that are gonna be doing the work on my van. Thank you. Americano. I've been here before. These guys are really good. So they're gonna put these guys into the van. Right back here. So there's 2 leaf springs in here. One of them I had manufactured for me and added to the original leaf spring that was in here. The problem is the original one has the bushings that are wearing out. So that's why I'm getting these new ones put in. It's got bushings that are pressed into it. Plus it's got new spring to it too. So it'll be just an overall little upgrade here for the back. And we're gonna keep the other spring and just have it added to the stack. It's kind of a job that it's not really something that I feel like a regular shop can do. But these guys here do pretty much everything as well. They're gonna change the front sway bar arm for me. And the case of beer there's for the boys in there because I know they deserve that working on the van. They gotta get up there and yeah, it's a bit of a job. Anyway, I got the dive gear ready. Kylen's still not here yet, but I'm gonna go in and give these guys a key. Isn't that a beautiful van? Oh yeah. All right. That's pretty cool with that table there. Never seen that before. So you put it down when you drive and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like a little desk or a little dining table.
Wow.
This chair swivels too, although I haven't done it in a while because I have too many things packed up against here, but
yeah. Thanks so much for this. This is
oh, no worries. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Cured a fish carcass from the grocery store. I'm gonna teach Kylen how to use those crab traps.
Yep.
Excited?
I'm excited.
Woohoo!
So cute, the 3 little ones.
Super cute.
Look, a bunch of tadpoles swimming right now.
Yeah. You're gonna put the bait inside this part, right in here. So you just, this is like a big safety pin. You're not gonna hurt yourself with this blunt, but you put the bait in there. Also get you to get that one ready over there. So
That's a lot.
yeah, so what you do is you'll just shove that inside one of these things.
I don't want to touch it.
All right.
If I have to do it on my own, I'll do it, but like right now.
Okay, so we're baited up. It's good to go. What you should do there is unwind some of that stuff. Like that.
Okay.
That way, when you throw it out, it's
not
pulling from the top of the coil. And then it won't, because otherwise it's going to pull from the bottom of the coil. And then you'll
Right.
get a big tangle. She's doing it like a pro. Doing it like a pro. Alright, so because I'm right-handed, like I'll stand on this side of the coil. Like that, so that it spins off this way. And then you're just basically swinging it out, throwing it, and then you're going to release both at the same time. You can hold a hand like this to guide it off of there if it's a really rocky spot, but you're okay here. So. That's it. Yes, you want to step over it? There you go. And then you want to
I'm gonna throw
stand
myself in there.
and then see how the coils are all behind your body right now.
Yeah.
You want to be closer to me. Keep coming. Yeah, that way the coils,
Yeah.
yeah, they
There's
won't
no
get tangled up.
accidental snagging.
That's right.
This will be a good instructional video for my friend Tash that I'm giving this one, the shorter one too.
Okay, cool. It's not the best place to do this kind of, use these kind of traps because they're just going to get stuck down there and then you're polluting this area with crab gear. And this stuff is really dangerous for marine animals, especially things like those river otters and stuff. So you definitely don't want to do that. But I came out here with her today to do this because it was not a far drive from the shop where my van stuff's getting done. And then I can just put on the dive gear and go down and pull this stuff out of the water right away. But yeah, if you know where we are and you're like thinking maybe I should go crabbing in that same area, keep in mind I don't recommend it with this style. If you got a paddleboard, then by all means do it that way.
Little princess. It was a bit heavy.
Well, that's good.
I don't know what it should normally feel like.
But you got a bunch of kelp on it for sure.
I think I was snagged on this one.
Nothing. It could also be that it's not a great spot for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
Want to try it again?
You need to get out of the sun
Okay.
for a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we didn't catch anything, but figured since we're on the subject of these crab traps, I might as well share a little bit more info on them. These were something that I had bought and I kept on the roof of my van for a little while, and I did some fishing with them in various spots on Vancouver Island. They were effective, but there are some things about them that I should point out. And we just kind of talked a little bit about how it can get stuck on the bottom of the ocean. That is one of the biggest things about fishing gear, and this goes for fishing lines, lures, crab traps, all this kind of stuff. There's always a risk that it'll get stuck on something in the ocean and you won't be able to get it back. That kind of stuff can get caught up in marine life and it's deadly. Really, it's deadly. I mean, even now that I dive down and I catch crab by hand, I recognize how some of that stuff can be an entanglement even for a scuba diver or a free diver like myself. But in any case, it's not to say that you shouldn't use this kind of thing, it's just to be extra careful about the locations that you're going to be using this sort of stuff and have a little bit of sense about it. Since our little training session was over, I decided to suit up and check this area out. Kylen had a little project she was working on in her van and wanted to get out of the sun, so this worked out well for both of us. I didn't stay in the water for too long, but I did get to swim around and see what kind of life was in this particular area. I believe this guy is a helmet crab. And this is a little school of baby rockfish hanging out in the kelp. Wilson crew's back in the water again. They just swam out as I was hanging out here. And Kylen's up there writing a novel in her van. That's what she was doing during that period of time that I was out. I was out for an hour. Anyway, I'm just gonna pack this stuff up and then head back up there, meet her. We're gonna go get some lunch. I think we're gonna go out. There's a fish and chips place nearby. We're gonna try that.
Hello. Hi. I just finished a sentence and then I can be done.
Oh yeah, sure. By the way, having those straps on that bag make carrying these things a whole lot nicer. So that was a good upgrade. Thank you, chauffeur Kylen.
You're welcome. That was fun.
Yeah.
You got some writing in, you got some diving in.
Oh yeah. And it's time for lunch.
Yeah. Red fish, blue fish, baby.
Well, that was really good.
Just leave it open.
Sorry?
Leave it open.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Drove back here too. Van's ready. looks a little taller back there. Oh, that's exciting. Well, that was a bit spendy. So that cost me $904. Anyway, there's a bit of a lift, guys. I don't know. It's just like 3 inches, 3.5 inches. I'm gonna bust down there and go see Kylen and see how this thing rolls. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more room in the wheel well. It handles really well, actually. I definitely noticed a nice improvement with that. If you fuss over it too much, then you end up doing some staged contrived.
That is true.
Okay.
All right.
Now we're gonna be in the shadow. There. Now we're in the shadow.
Blueberry and mango lassi.
Mine's froyo and oatmeal. Having ice cream at the end of an expensive day was the perfect remedy, and this was Kylen's idea. So Kylen, thank you for this, and thank you for buying me ice cream, by the way. It was really good to hang out with you and enjoy the sunset and just this beach time that we got to share together. That was a good night. To be honest, guys, I was sensitive to the fact that I just basically had $1,000 day, and I was like, oh my god, that was a big spend. But Kylen, I really appreciate hanging out with you and your chauffeuring, and the whole day was really good. Thank you. It's now a couple days later. I'm just writing a note to my friend Bobby and Diane, who I'm going to meet up with later this afternoon. In the meantime, I was going to dive the spot that I really wanted to check out, and really glad I jumped in this area. I actually saw a lot of crab on this dive, but a lot of them were just too soft. The shell was not hard enough, and there was tons of molts around the area. So it's just the way it was. I think if I went out deeper, I'd probably find some harder shell crabs that I could have kept. This thing here is a pretty decent size sun star or sunflower star. It's a really big predatorial starfish. It's kind of a rare sight to see these. There used to be a lot more, but there was a big die-off not too long ago. There was also a lot of cool caves along the shoreline, including this hole in the wall, which is really neat. It was just fun to check the area out. I got ready here to get some fish at this point. I found this really nice school of black rockfish hanging out amongst this pocket of kelp. And there's bunches of kelp pockets out here. Some of them were more fishy than others. This one presented some bigger fish, so I decided it was time to get to work. The thing that I appreciate about spearfishing is that it's highly selective and there's no bycatch. And there's also very little risk that you're going to lose gear or leave hooks and fishing line and nets and all that sort of stuff in the ocean. Yes, there is a string attached to the spear gun. That's 200-pound test, and it's attached to a reel that's also got a whole bunch of line on it in case I need to swim up if it's a big fish or there's a little bit of a hang up on the ocean bottom. But then that gives me a chance to go back down and untangle or deal with the scenario and then bring that gear back up. And that's also a nice thing about diving too, is that you have the ability to stay out there and manage this sort of stuff more effectively than if you're just throwing this stuff off the edge of a boat or from shore. So we did pretty good. That's a big guy too there. vacuum sealer would be better, but I haven't got one of those. Fish tacos.
Fish tacos, yay!
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Look at that. So what part of the fish is that?
Right here, it's like the belly part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at those. That's right.
Marcel.
Oh,
And
yes.
he was saying that
This is a big taco. Like a burrito almost.
That's very good.
thank you to Joseph for diving down and catching these guys. I don't think I've ever eaten a fish that has been caught
On a spear?
on a spear. This is the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Just come back from a little walk after dinner. Those guys went on a walk themselves. I came down towards the ocean to get cell service. Just check messages. And I love the sound of that foghorn. Anyway, dinner was good. I had 2 tacos plus like a plate full of the same amount of fish. It was really nice. I think I'm gonna sit here in my little spot and soak up a bit of nature. I think this is it. Yeah. Nice and comfy. I just need a moment. I've been doing this kind of thing a lot more lately, and in this video I just kind of feel like it's the way we're gonna wind this one down. But yeah, sometimes I've been waking up in the middle of the night at like 2, 3, 4 in the morning. I'm just awake, so I just sit. I kind of sit and meditate, and you know, I don't know. It's just like a form of defragging my brain or something. And these days I've been feeling it's been really needed, given that there's been so much crazy chaos going on in the world, and it just seems like each day things are just going more and more busy and chaotic, and with all this change in the air. So anyway, guys, if you haven't practiced meditation, I think it's a really key thing. I think there's a lot of value in it. If you can set some time aside and just sort of do this sort of thing, it's really helpful.